Well, Jenna picked the Enderman for me to do for this next block. And I was like, what on earth is an Enderman? So, yeah, they're pretty cool. They kind of teleport in and out. They're not hostile. They're pretty much neutral, but you can't make direct eye contact with them. So if you look them in their purple little eye, then you might have a problem with them. So, this is a chart. It is a chart that I am letting you have for the low, low price of a thumbs up on this video. It's pretty cool. So we're going through this process of making all these different blocks to make a Minecraft mob blanket, mob head blanket, and mobs are mobile. They are mobile characters that you have no control over that roam around throughout the game as you play. And I guess some are good and some aren't good, and I mean, I don't know because I don't play it, but just about everybody else in my family plays it. So somebody's getting a really cool gift when this is finished. Okay, so the colors that we're using today are gray, charcoal or black, light purple, and a dark purple. And then fern green for the border. All the yarns I'm using in my project, or I should say the majority of the yarns I am using in my project, are Premier Yarns. It is their Basics line, which is like, in my opinion, a better version of Red Heart Super Saver. They just feel a lot nicer. I like working with them more than I like working with the Red Heart Super Saver. So, yeah. And I am using a 6mm crochet hook for the entire project. Border, bobbles, single crochets, chain stitches, you name it, I'm using my 6mm hook. So, like I said, we're going to do the Enderman today. And coming up right here is instructions on how to do the different stitches that you need to know how to do in order to participate along with this blanket. So if you are new and this is your first time seeing one of the mob head blocks and you're not quite sure what you have to do, this segment is a definite must-watch for you. And if you've been here for a few of them and you're still not quite sure, like I included in this how to change colors in the middle of the row and just all the different stitches that go along with it and how to do the border. So without further ado, let's watch that. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is make a slip knot. Each one of the graphs, you will chain 16 plus 1 for a turning chain, so a total of 17. You will then turn and do a single crochet into the back bump. In 16 of the chains, you're going to skip the first one. You will back bump, single crochet all the way across till you reach the end of the row. And when you get there, you should have 16. Okay, so I have 16. It should look like this. Both sides look nice. Makes it easier for when you add the border. So for the first bobble row, you will chain 3. Turn your work, and we're going to do 4 double crochets, incomplete double crochets, into the same stitch that our chain stitch attaches to. So you yarn over, go through the stitch, pull your yarn through, and go through 2 loops, leaving one on your hook. You now have 2. Yarn over, go through that same stitch, pull your yarn through, go through 2 loops, you now have 3. So you can do that 2 more times. We now have 4. So we need 1 more. And that makes 4. Okay, so we have a total of 5 loops because of our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. And the very next stitch, you do a single crochet. That single crochet is what gives you the nice pop-out bobble. That makes our pixel or our bit. So each bobble stitch after the first one in every row, you do 5 double crochets together, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to do that for a total of 5 times. So that was 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. You had 6 on your hook because you had 1 loop remaining from the single crochet. Then you follow that up with a single crochet. And then repeat that for the next bobble. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. This is 3 and 4 and 5. See how we have 6 loops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over and go through all 6 and follow that with a single crochet. And see how our pixels are popping out? Okay, so you will do that all the way to the end of the row. When you get to the end of the row, your very last stitch is a single crochet. And it should look like this with 8 bobbles. Yes, it's going to curl up at first. As your work moves along and it grows, it flattens itself back out. So for the next row, which is the beginning of row 2, we do a single crochet, turn our work, and then we're going to place a single crochet in each stitch. When you do above the bobble, make sure you're only getting those top 2. Don't work down into this. You're going to put a single crochet into the single crochet and a single crochet into the top of the bobble, all the way across. And when you make it to the end, you should have a total of 16 single crochets. So it should look like this. A row of single crochet all the way across. Then you will, for your next bobble row, you will chain 3, turn your work, and do the 4 incomplete double crochets into the first stitch. The first stitch meaning the same stitch that your chain 3 is connected to. Pull through all 5 loops and follow up with a single crochet. So when you get to the part where you're going to do a color change, you want to do it in the single crochet. So pull your working yarn forward. Bring in your new color, leaving a nice tail so you can work it in. And you're going to complete that single crochet with the new color. And, pull it snug, not super tight, but pull it down snug. And we're going to work over top of those. So we do a bobble because our color change was in the single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through them all, and a single crochet into the next stitch. Now this particular one has 2 of the black bobbles. So do the second one. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through all 6. Go to do my single. Now I need to go back to my other color, and I carried it with me. I don't always carry it with me, but these are such a small surface that when I only have 1 or 2 blocks of one color, I will carry the color with me if that is what comes next. Okay, so I'm going to pull my black forward, bring up my other color, complete the stitch with that, and we're going to tighten it down. Just make it a little snug. And then we go right into the bobble stitch. Single crochet. Okay, so that looks nice and clean from the front side. Oh, I didn't bring my scissors with me. Okay, so I'm just going to let that fall forward there and move on to my next bobble. Okay, so depending on which pattern you're working on, you're starting to see it take shape. You will continue this process for all 8 rows, and then we will come back for the border. Okay, once you've completed your block, you want to put a border around it. Each of the blocks will have a border just to make them easier to sew together. So you're going to start wherever you would like. And some people like to start in corners, some people like to start on the actual edge of it itself. So you're going to single crochet into each stitch across the top. And each stitch across the bottom. When you get to the corner, it is a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet into the same space, chain 2. We're going to work past the bobble and into the stitch where the bobble and the single crochet meet on the side. Sometimes it can be tough like that one was. Okay, chain 2, skip over the bobble and come into that single crochet. That one was a little easier. Chain 2, skip over the bobble, go into the single crochet. So that is how you handle both sides. And the corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Across the bottom and the top is just simply a single crochet into each stitch. The second round of the border is double crochet in each stitch across the top. It's not the cat hair, it's my hair. Jeez. Okay, the corner gets 5 double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you come down the sides where you did the chain 2 gets 2 double crochets, and the single crochet gets 1 double crochet. So 2 double crochets into each chain 2 space and 1 double crochet into the single crochets. So you will work that all the way around, the top and bottom, 1 double crochet in each stitch, all 4 corners, 5 double crochets, and the bobble sides where the chain 2s are, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet into the single crochet. And once you complete that second round, your block border is complete. So it's 1 round of the singles and chain 2s and 1 round of double crochets. And it looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. Okay, so that was really interesting and informative. So now you know how to do a chain stitch, a back bump single crochet, a bobble stitch, and the border, and how to change colors in the middle of your row and carry your yarn. So that's pretty cool. So let me show you what Mr. Enderman looks like when he's all finished. He's kind of cool, but don't look him directly in the eye because he might throw some ender bites at you. So just glance, don't stare him in the eye. Here he comes. See, there's purple eyes. Hopefully that's showing up purple on the camera. It's a light purple and then a dark purple. There are gray and black. Actually, I think I used charcoal in this one. So yeah, it's gray and charcoal. But he is so cool looking. If you are crocheting along with us or want to crochet along with us, if you click on this box right over here, it's going to take you to the next video in this series.